Welcome to the Rewind. I'm Megan McDonald. We had one of the biggest weekends yet in the conference. WAC cross-country championships happened over the weekend, on top of other big-time games in the other sports. Some determined regular season champs, some didn't. But we'll get things going back in Orem, Utah for WAC cross-country championships. The men's 8K race started at 9 a.m. and the guys ran in a pack at first, but Utah Valley's Jason Lynch pulled away pretty early.
No, I was actually going to try and wait till longer before I took the lead, like the last 1,000 or so, instead of the first mile. But my teammate Tyson was leading it for the whole time, so I felt kind of bad for him. I was like, might as well help him out. What kind of teammate would I be if I just used him instead of not help him out? So I decided I'd try to help him out then, and then I was feeling pretty good.
Lynch maintained the lead for quite some time, enough time that it was too late for anyone to catch him. Lynch crossed the finish line with a time of 23 minutes, 58.86 seconds.
I just worked hard. Early in the season I was battling some illnesses and trying to come back from that, and I think I'm just kind of coming back, pushing through it, I guess, and so feeling good today. So just for this race specifically, just trying to feel healthy for it and work hard for it.
UMKC's Bryce Miller took second place at 24 minutes, 24.07 seconds. New Mexico State's Jeremy Santasteban got third with a time of 24 minutes, 31.78 seconds. Utah Valley took home 4, 5, and 6, and that was Chris Brower, Tyson Lambert, and Logan Petty. Grand Canyon's Samuel Proctor and UMKC's Nathan Keown went 7 and 8. As for the men's team results, Utah Valley took home the title for the third year in a row. UMKC, the runner-up, Seattle U, New Mexico State, and Grand Canyon went 3, 4, and 5. UTRGV and Chicago State round out the race at 7 and 8. Moving on to the women's race, the 5K started at 10 a.m. Again, the women started out in a pack, but check it out, Utah Valley's Sam Heaton took the lead. Just a freshman, Heaton crossed the finish line first with a time of 18 minutes and 5.74 seconds.
Just get out fast, stay with the top girl, just kind of hang on her shoulder and, wait to make my move and then just go for it.
Two more Wolverines right behind her. That was Michaela Morgan and Harley Murray. UMKC's Sarah Fogarty took fourth with a time of 18 minutes, 16.7 seconds. New Mexico State's Christina Amberg and Seattle U's Olivia Stein went 5 and 6. UMKC's Tabitha Griffith took 7th place, and rounding out the top 8 is Elena Smith of Seattle U. With the top 3 times all coming from Utah Valley, the Wolverine women won their first WAC cross-country title ever.
The girls for lack of better words, they stepped up. They knew they were good enough to win the last few years, but this is a year that they finally figured that they just need to make some changes and some training. They did a good job there.
Here's the rest of the team results. UMKC and Seattle U go 2 and 3 with a total of 66 points, but because of that tiebreaker, the Roos beat out the Redhawks for second place. New Mexico State took 4th, while Grand Canyon, UTRGV, Bakersfield, and Chicago State go 5, 6, 7, and 8. Racking up the awards this weekend, Sam Heaton also won Freshman of the Year and Athlete of the Year.
Oh man, I'm speechless.
Heaton's teammate Jason Lynch went home with Men's Athlete of the Year, and UMKC's Marcus Johnson was named WAC Men's Freshman of the Year.
It's pretty great. I'd say on a scale from 1 to 1,000, I'm about a 1738. So yeah, it was fun. I had a good time. It was great to get out and race with everybody.
To no one's surprise, Utah Valley's head coach Scott Houle named WAC Cross Country Coach of the Year. For full results and interviews, be sure to check out WACsports.com. Congrats again to Utah Valley for sweeping WAC Cross Country Championships. Moving on to women's soccer, we are less than 1 week away from WAC Championships for them, and we have already declared a regular season champ. But before we get into that, we'll take you through some highlights from the weekend, starting with Utah Valley at Seattle U. That's first and second place in the standings, second half no score, 53rd minute, Seattle U on the attack. Carly White beating Wolverine defender after defender. Pass to Julia Moravec, and Moravec crossed back to White to the right post. That would end up being the game winner, and the Redhawks claim the 2015 regular season title. Congrats to Seattle U. Okay, here we go. New Mexico State at UTRGV. No score in the first half. 49th minute, Marcela Ramirez picking up the loose ball right past the goalie for the score. The Vaqueros up 1-0. 67th minute, UTRGV again on the attack. Andrea Barrera to Kelsey Kepson gets the shot off. UTRGV wins 2-1. Going into the WAC tournament this week, here is the final bracket. Utah Valley plays the winner of the UMKC UTRGV game, and Seattle U takes on the winner of New Mexico State Bakersfield game. It is single elimination, so once a team loses, they're out. Moving right along to men's soccer, huge weekend for them as well. Teams are really stepping up and showing what they're made of to get that bid to the WAC tournament. But as we're getting down to the wire, we also have crowned a regular season champ. But before we get into that, we'll take you through some highlights from the weekend. Kicking things off is UNLV at UMKC. First half, 12th minute, UNLV down the left side. Rodrigo Fuentes cross in and Kevin Partita with the header off the post. The Rebels go up 1-0. UMKC not done yet. 55th minute with the free cross, so much going on in front of the Rebels goaltender, and Guerrero Pino with the header to tie things up. Just 4 minutes later, UMKC took the lead with Wes White's goal. 69th minute, and guess who? Danny Musovsky, and we have another tie game. Only 4 minutes remaining in regulation, and that's Brock Kramer with the header for the game winner. UMKC takes the match 3-2. Here we go, Incarnate Word taking on Utah Valley. UVU looking for these wins this weekend. 10th minute, kick to the box, some deflection from Incarnate Word right to Skylar Milne, and he heads the ball right to the back of the net to go up 1-0. 27th minute, Paul Hoffmeister doing it by himself. Shot right to the right corner, and the Wolverines are up 2-0. Donette Saki led into the box and gets it right past the goaltender, making it look easy. Check him out with the sliding celebration. Love it. Utah Valley gets the W, beating Incarnate Word 4-1. But Incarnate Word's weekend isn't over yet. They're still on the road, this time at number 1 in the WAC and 15 in the country, Seattle U. The Redhawks take the early lead in the 6th minute. That was David Olson's goal. Just 7 minutes later, Seattle U again down the left side right to center, and that's Olson again for his second goal of the game to go up 2-0. Later on in the first half, Incarnate Word down 3-0 but not giving up. Ben Conway beats the keeper to get on the board. Second half, Conway by himself beats the keeper again and gets another one. Incarnate Word is still in this, trailing just 3-2. But David Olson was not going to let that happen. He gets his third goal of the game to beat Incarnate Word 4-2, and the Redhawks capture the WAC regular season title. Moving right along, Bakersfield takes on UTRGV in Vaquero territory. UTRGV up 2-0 on the runners with just 1 minute left in regulation. Bakersfield's keeper thinking he has it, but no, Raul Fierro comes out of nowhere. UTRGV beats Bakersfield in a 3-0 decision. Big time win for the Vaqueros. Alright, let's take a look at the full standings. Again, Seattle U takes the regular season title, and Utah Valley, as much as they wanted it, comes in second. Even with that loss to UTRGV, Bakersfield's still third. But check this out, UNLV, Houston Baptist, Air Force, and San Jose State all tied for 4th place, which makes things tricky when only the top 6 teams go to the WAC tournament, so that's where those tiebreakers will come in. Moving on to volleyball, we are only a couple weeks out from WAC championships, so every single game counts and teams are well aware of that, but we'll kick things off with Bakersfield hosting Seattle U. Here we go, first set, that's Martina Shamadan with the kill. She had 15 on the day. Seattle U takes the first set, 25-15. Second set, check it out, Editha Urias with the major kill. Kelsey Sawyer gets that kill. Let's see it one more time. The runners took the next 2 sets to win 3-1. Next game for the runners was a Wolverines matchup. Carol Grasso led Bakersfield with 23 kills and 21 digs, while Lauren Bacher led Utah Valley with 17 kills and 6 block assists. UVU had 11 service aces, but it just wasn't enough, and Bakersfield got the upset, beating the Wolverines 3-2. Let's take a look at the full standings. New Mexico State still at the top at 10-0. While check it out, Bakersfield with that win over Utah Valley moves up to second, and UVU drops to third. Seattle U right behind them in 4th. UMKC and UTRGV round out the top 6. What a big weekend, and things are only getting more exciting from here on out. Pressure is on these teams to step up, so let's take a look at some of the individuals that stood out the most this weekend. UMKC's Lexi Howard is named Offensive Player of the Week, and Seattle U's Brianna Smallage is named Defensive Player of the Week. Howard, just a freshman, scored 2 goals and had an assist in just 45 minutes of action against Chicago State. She has 11 goals on the season, the most by a freshman in UMKC program history. Smallage made 5 saves in the shutout over Utah Valley, which is her 11th shutout of the season and her 7th in WAC play, which is a new conference record. Grand Canyon's Nikki Jackson and Utah Valley's Alex Neff are named Offensive and Defensive Players of the Week. Jackson posted a pair of 2-goal matches to lead the Lopes to a 1-1 road record. He scored both of GCU's goals against Air Force and had the first 2 goals in the win at UMKC. Neff helped Utah Valley clinch a bye in the upcoming WAC tournament, helping the Wolverine defense hold Incarnate Word to just 3 shots. This is his 3rd Player of the Week honor, which is the most of any player in the conference. Bakersfield's Carol Grasso got her first ever WAC Player of the Week honor, and rightfully so, helping the Runners move into 2nd place in the WAC standings. The junior posted her 5th double-double of the season against Seattle U, and then led CSUB with 23 kills and 32 digs in the win against Utah Valley. Don't forget you can watch live games on the WAC Digital Network at wacsports.com/live. For more information, check us out at wacsports.com or follow us on Twitter and Facebook.